All right, YouTube. Last but not least, um, my last goal, I talked about the increase of strength and endurance. All right. Last but not least, that I need to work on for this challenge. I believe seriously, honestly, I need to work on being humble in this situation, challenging Paul Logan and his brother. I have to work on being humble. I don't want my blackness. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my blackness to turn into an arrogant style when it comes to uh, do I believe I can beat Paul Logan? Honestly, do I believe I can beat Paul Logan? Do I honestly believe I can beat Paul Logan after what I've seen with Floyd Mayweather? Not to take anything away from the credit of Paul Logan because he fought Floyd Mayweather spectacularly. And at the end, the post interview, Floyd says, um, he says, what did he say? He said, I can still get in there with younger fighters. I proved that I can still get in there with younger fighters. Wait a minute, hold up. You were undefeated, pound for pound, okay? And at least 3 weight classes. You're an Olympic star, and you've never been defeated. And after the exhibition with Paul Logan, and see, let's get outside of the fact that Paul Logan is white. Okay, let's get out. Let's get out. This is not about slavery. Okay, this is boxing. It's not about slavery. It's not civil rights. You know, I know back in the civil rights era, like with Joe Louis and Sugar Ray Robertson, when a black man fights a white man in the ring, everyone was behind Joe Louis that was black. Everyone was behind uh had Camacho that was white. Everyone that was behind what's the other one? Rocky Marciano. Man, that's they go to. That's they one. That's they one. All right. All right. Obviously, it's a it's a battle of superiority when it of races. You think the battle of sexes is a war in itself, but the battle of the races is like nuclear war. Whose race is more superior than whose race? And you got the black race that's continually we're uh having to prove our greatness and our validity in this world, which we were conquered by another race. In actuality, that same race that we was conquered and enslaved by, our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, were the progenitors of this race, the white man. Jacob and Esau are brothers, twins, came out the same womb. You ever seen a cartoon long time ago? This was way before my brother cracked my skull with a brick. It was called G.I. Joe. It was a G.I. Joe cartoon. We didn't even know about a movie. We was into the cartoon. First, they'll sell you the cartoon. Okay, they'll give you the idea of the cartoon through a comic strip in a newspaper. That's how they did things. It'll come in a newspaper first. Then it'll be a comic book. And then from the comic book, it'll be a cartoon on the television. All right. And then soon later they start making a movie about it. Well, at the time it was the Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm saying? But G.I. Joe was starting to become pretty big. G.I. Joe, right? Now, on G.I. Joe, there was this twins, the evil twin brother. The evil twin brother. One was more evil than the other. The other one wasn't as evil as the first twin, but the first twin seemed like to be more evil than the second twin. Now Jacob and Esau are brothers. Jacob and Esau are brothers. They're twins. Esau came out red. Esau came out red and hairy. His blood showed forth through his skin. And that's the reason why they call him Esau, because his blood showed forth through his skin. All right. The blood showed forth through his pigmentation. You say, what does that got to do with you challenging Paul Logan to the ring? Like I said, Paul Logan versus Floyd Mayweather. When you think about all the attributes that Floyd Mayweather has accumulated over the years, it was almost as if Floyd was talking as if he was barely hanging on during that match. Like, he didn't take Paul Logan very seriously. He really didn't train very hard for the match. He knew that it was an exhibition, so there's no win, no loss. There's no risk. Okay? It was a money situation, and he probably used that money that he made to pay off a few debts, with his house and his cars and his, luxurious lifestyle. Costs a pretty penny. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, um, Floyd was like, I know I can still get in there with younger guys and, go the distance. I'm like, man, you made it seem like Paul Logan gave you a hell of a fight. It's like, so that would really, truly, spark my interest. You know what I'm saying? Then, Paul Logan challenges Mike Tyson. He puts out, I mean, like literally he challenges Mike Tyson. He wanted to fight Tyson. So then here's a good question. Why won't he answer my challenge? Is it because I'm ex-military? I'm not asking for an exhibition. I'm asking for a real match. This ain't no exhibition. There will be a winner and there will be a loser. You knocked out one black guy. Well, I don't remember what his name was. You knocked him out cold. He was out cold. It looked like it was on that Nintendo thing, the way he had knocked that black boy out. But boy fell out on his face. This is facts. I saw the fight. I saw the fight. I saw the exhibition. He knocked that black boy out. Then he challenged Floyd Mayweather to the ring. That not only went the distance, Paul Logan looked like a real fighter in the ring against Floyd. That's Floyd. So in the back of everybody's mind, it's like, who is this guy? That's Floyd in the ring. I expected Floyd to just dust him, not just dust him, but to knock him out. I'm like, surely he's gonna knock him out. Certainly he's gonna knock him out. He's an average Joe. Not only an average Joe. He's from YouTube. I'm like, certainly Floyd is gonna knock him out. I had so much confidence in Floyd for that exhibition. I'm like, certainly he's gonna knock him out. Certainly, I had no doubt in my mind. I'm like, Floyd is gonna knock him out. Paul Logan, he's gonna knock him out, and that's gonna be the end of him. And I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and it was really the first time that I've been wrong about Floyd. You know, my whole every time Floyd got in the ring, I'm like, he's gonna dust that guy off. I don't see how, you know, Floyd can lose to this guy. He's too fast. He's too knowledgeable. etc. etc. He got durability. There's no way this guy is going to just beat Floyd. And I'm talking about Chico, the one that died. I forget what his name is, but he went by Chico at the time. He went by Chico. Now Chico died from a motorcycle accident, and around by like 2012, me and my brother went to Vegas because my sister was like, go out there with your brother Dijon because he wanted to be a boxer, and I was training boxing, and I've been training boxing, and etc. etc. At the PCW too, before. Now PCW is in Arlington. For those of you, it's in Texas, in Arlington. Okay, it was called PCW and then it was a wrestling federation, but it wasn't just wrestling. It was mixed martial arts. It was wrestling, and it was boxing. It was kickboxing, etc., etc. But you had the MMA cage where you train. You had the wrestling ring where you train for wrestling. Not only you had the MMA cage where you train for MMA fights. You had the wrestling ring where you train for wrestling, but where you also had the boxing ring where you train for boxing, and then everybody used the weight room because the weight room was a part of the gym. So you had the speed bag, the heavy bag, and you know what I'm saying, and all that, and plus the weights and everything. So you had those three rings in the gym. So there's three. This was at the PCW arena that's in Arlington before it closed down, and that's where I was doing my training. Um, and my ex-wife, she was a wrestler at the PCW, and she did the wrestling thing, and I was boxing, etc., etc. But that was before PCW had closed down, and if you know anything about Action Jackson or Al Jackson or some dude named Storm, Shadow. Yeah, that was his name. White boy named Shadow. Okay. Paul Logan reminds me of that boy named Shadow that used to be a wrestler for PCW. Now, 2012, after PCW closed down, there was PCW, XCW, PCW, XCW. There was TNA. There was TNA, Total Non-Stop Action or something like that. And there was another one. There was a few events and things like that that kind of closed down. And you don't hear about them anymore since then. Now, in 2012, my brother decides since the gym closed down, he's going to go out to Vegas and train with Floyd Mayweather at his gym. And I was adamant about, hey man, leave him alone. He's not that type of guy. He doesn't care like you think. You putting too much hope in Floyd Mayweather, thinking that, he's really going to try to help you. You know what I'm saying? You going out there homeless and this, that, and the other, no money, no job, no place to stay. They don't give a damn about that. They don't care about you. You gonna find out about him when you get out there. You go out there. I tried to warn him. He was adamant about going out there. He signed, my brother DJ signs up with the Floyd Mayweather gym. So every day I drop him off, and while I go to work, and I'll be training my at this martial arts studio and stuff like that. And I'll be training like mountain climbing and all the workouts, that I was doing, training with my kung fu and stuff. One day, my brother D-John comes back and he's like complaining about Floyd Mayweather. He's like, well, he was paying attention to how I was hitting the heavy bag. I was like, yeah. Yeah, I bet. Because I taught you how to hit the heavy bag like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like complaining about how come he didn't he liked how I was hitting the bag, but he wouldn't, just kind of coach me or nothing like that. He would just, I was like, that's because you're not signed on a contract. You know what I'm saying? You're not signed on a contract. You're paying them to come to the gym to train. And if they want to pick you up, they'll give you a contract, if that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't sign that contract. The contract is like a slave contract. You know what I'm saying? um, he was complaining how they started accusing him of stuff because he was homeless. Started accusing him of stealing and making fun of him and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, bro, I told you that they're like that. You know, that's how they are. I warned you about them. So I introduced him to another guy before. I think he's dead by now. He was a trainer. He had trained Floyd Mayweather after his father went to jail. And this guy was I want to say he was a Cuban. I think he was either Cuban or Puerto Rican, but I doubt that he was Mexican because he really didn't look Mexican. I think he was either Puerto Rican or he was or Cuban. Uh, but he had trained Floyd. He had trained uh helped train Tyson. Got pictures of him and Tyson, Floyd Mayweather. This guy, had pictures of all the heavyweights. He had videotapes of all kinds of matches, boxing matches and everything. He had a ring in the backyard. We had a gym in the backyard. So I go there and I train, and and that was actually part of my job too. So I have two benefits because I was doing home health care. So I would train, and then I would do my job, and everything because I was doing home health care at the time. That's how I was able to meet that guy through this company called Graceful Touch Home Health Care, and he was a client and an elderly client to Graceful Touch, and I was had to travel out to his house to not only could clean up for him and everything, cook for him, go to the store for them. If they got laundry, had to do that, take out the trash. If they had a dog, you got to walk the dog for them. So basically, you're kind of like a nurse, you know what I'm saying? And you got to do all this stuff for them and everything. You get paid for it. That's what home health care is. Okay. Now, this guy happened to be a boxing legend. You know what I'm saying? He just so happened to be a boxing legend. And out there in Vegas, you can't be broke in Vegas, homie. So you can't be broke in Vegas. That's just not. That ain't what it is. Not in Vegas. So a couple of my clients that were just like big time clients, like music producers and things like that. They wasn't just your ordinary people. These were people that superstar types. But anyway, he was a boxing trainer. He had trained Floyd. He trained this other guy. I know he trained Mike Tyson. So big. He did so many different uh training sessions and boxing sessions and things. He was he about as famous as Hector Camacho. About as famous as Oscar De La Hoya. In fact, he helped train Oscar De La Hoya. Got pictures of that and videos and etc. etc. So I training with him, And telling my brother D John, hey, this is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Leave Floyd Mayweather gym alone. Come over here and train with me. He wouldn't listen because he felt like he'd had a better opportunity. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm telling you, I'm showing you the pictures. This guy had trained Floyd. I'm showing you pictures of him training Floyd. What you mean? My brother didn't want to listen. Something happened where I end up having to come back to Texas. And from there, I went to Colorado where there was a martial arts tournament out there. I went to go fight in that tournament. And uh, it's a really private kung fu type tournament. One of them type things, you know. In, uh, it was like a Mortal Kombat type of tournament. You probably seen those movies like with Bruce Lee and shit. Enter the Dragon, those type of tournaments. So I'm in Colorado, and I fought like three, four, 5 times or something like that before I ended up coming back to Texas. And I went back out there to Colorado a second time. This time with Natalie and Mr. Seven. And there was a street fight that I was going to get into. They was doing a unsanctioned boxing um, matchup. They was actually filming, and I was kind of reluctant because of the cameras and everything. And I was like, oh, I don't really like my skills being displayed on camera like that, you know, because it's just old kung fu thing. You know, Ip Man explains it the best. He had the problem with Bruce Lee. You know, I understand what Ip Man was trying to tell Bruce about kung fu and putting it on film. You know what I'm saying? His greatest fears, you know, about that. And kung fu is for the streets, for survival, not for monetized. It's not the it really it can be monetized, but you it can kung fu can be monetized, but it's really for the streets, for survival. Okay, so in retrospect to that, um, going back out to Colorado this time with Natalie and Mr. Seven, there was this unsanctioned street matches going on at the park by the Denver Post newspaper, and there's a big park over there. I think that's Centennial Park or something like that. Um, so they was doing matches, and I was finna get ready to get into that. I was getting ready to get into that because I wanted to challenge. All of a sudden, you know, they was like, is there any more challenges, any more fighters, any more challenges? Do we have another challenge? So I walk over there, I set my bags down, and I'm like, okay, I'm finna get my mind ready because I'm finna go ahead and challenge. And police comes over there, hey, break it up, break it up. This saying this is not no, you know, you can't be over here doing this, etc. So everybody gotta go, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta go. So my decision to challenge Paul Logan, yeah, I'm very serious about this challenge. I believe that he made a real good contending fight against Floyd Mayweather. After the matchup, I really don't see any too much damage on either end. I think it was a even matchup exhibition style. You know, Floyd said it himself. He's like, I showed and proved that I can hang in there with these young guys. What you mean? Who is this guy? You know? Then he challenged Mike Tyson. Now that match didn't happen, but yo, you calling out some big name people right now. He he got some kind of clout behind him, you know. And then Rick Ross is behind him and everything. Rick Ross gave him a chance, you know. Yeah, that's why I have to challenge him. Do I think that I can beat him? Yes. Do I believe that I can beat him? Yes. Do I think that I can knock him out? Yes. I believe I can knock him out. I really had to think about it for a second. Like, he challenged Tyson. He lasted with Floyd. He knocked out this other black guy. Do I think that I can knock him out?